Thanks for coming back to Edgewater, Saskatchewan for episode 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's pretty much 5 to 5 here in Edgewater, Saskatchewan. As you can see from the grass, and as you've already seen, I've delivered some more fertiliser. My productions are chugging away, absolutely brilliant. I've got a couple of things to sell. I have been round and I've done, what we're on, third cut now? Third cut, did my mowing, used the ultimate bale pack again with the quick bale. I set the quick bale to 180 centimetre bales this time rather than 150s, so they're 7,500 litre bales. What I've also done is I've gone around, rather than leave them all around the map as you already saw they were, I've been around collecting them up and I've put them in piles around the map. I haven't taken them to my bale storage because, as I said, when we do the flax harvest I'm going to replace that with a different bale storage. So I didn't want to fill it up and then take everything out again to replace it. So they're in piles around the map. Again, you'll see as we drive around. I've said I was going to put some signs in. They're rudimentary. And I've got some flags we've put in as well. I've got some manure to take up and some straw to bring back. So I've got a few bits to do. And then what I'll do is we'll jump ahead into September. I should have potatoes and we should have some canola harvest to do before we then move into flax territory. So what we'll do, hopefully this is going to work. Let's do the straps. Okay, pull that one out and put that about. Oh, I can always move these when. Oh, it's not. Is it? Let's try and get it sort of level. Oh, it's not too bad. People should be able to see it. Yeah, when we come to mow next time, I can always just move them out of the way. And then what we'll do is just drag that down, close that. I mean, it does imply that I'm selling straw at the next turn, but I think we have got a choice. I kind of went for what I could. Side. So I need to go probably. That's not so good, is it? Maybe right there. Oh, that'll be right with it. Turn it so we're facing the road a little bit better. I've thought about adding some bushes and trees and benches, and I might go, a bit further down the decoration route. The bale situation, last time I did bales I did 150 centimetre bales. They were 5,500 litre bales and I did 182? I did 184 the first time. I'm sure it was 182. This time, because I did larger bales, I knew I was going to get less of them. But here's the weird thing. I'm sure last time I had 995,000 litres or something. I did 135 bales at 7,500 litres. Comes in at 1,012,500. So less bales but more product. So again, can't odds that. Grab that out. I think I might even put down some like no heavy vehicles, that kind of thing. I've got some more of this. Right, so I've got some of this to sell, which I'll do now, and then we'll when I come back with straw, I'll have that so overnight we can top up and make sure we don't run out of anything. For a fledgling company, we've got plenty of orders flooding in. The only problem I'm finding, it's a good problem to have, it's not a bad problem. Again, not complaining, just explaining. My manure production here to my right, with a 1:3 ratio of straw to manure, I can't at the moment seem to keep up with my fertiliser production. Fertiliser production seems to be running faster, so the manure, which is then being turned into fertiliser, is running quicker. Like I say, it's not a bad problem to have. It's all good, it's all good. I'm thinking by the morning, when we've got more fertiliser to sell and we'll have a load more products here as well to sell, we might be at a point. What I want to do, the fertiliser spreader that I've been using, that I kind of was there, it was just there at the start and I borrowed it, and I have been paying a fee to borrow it. I'm going to buy my own fertiliser spreader. I know it seems a bit ridiculous because there's one there, I've been using it, so why would I not carry on using it? Because I should get my own, really. I really should. I'm looking at a lorry and trailer. I mean, obviously, there's a list of equipment and machinery I want to get. I want to get another harvester. I'm probably going to buy the Swather. I'm just going to lease because I didn't know if I'll be in a position when we get around to doing flax harvesting. That being said as well, I want to buy another big flax field. So I'm hoping that as we go into September and we do canola harvest and we get our potatoes, we'll go into storage, we'll have enough money from the fertiliser, from the straw processing products, silage bales once they're ready to go, I'll sell them as well. We are producing silage in our little production building too. Where did I put a pile? You can see, I think we're going to drive past some, oh yeah, just up here. And we've got somewhere to be going to the farm as well, so I just thought it made more sense to have them tidied rather than just scattered all around the map. And it was that thing as well, because I was mowing all different areas wherever I could sort of access land. I had some of the bales unloaded in some really awkward positions and in bushes, and you know, I kept thinking I'm never going to find them all. I'm pretty sure I've counted up. I had 5 stacks at 24 bales, which puts me at 120, and then 1 stack of 15, 135. I think that's right. So I should have accounted for all of them. We'll have some more on the next road down, and I think I'll put some in the yard as well. So yeah, we'll put these in. I'll grab some straw, take that back, and then I will see you, yeah, in September. Hopefully some more harvesting. I'm hoping. Whoa! That did not like that. Don't go down the ditch. Don't go down the ditch. Because we've got a few canola fields left to do. We just skip over to here. So yeah, massive. Now if I'm lucky, if they all pop up tomorrow, which they should do because they're in the last growth cycle, if they're all going to the same place, I should be left with, especially this one here, we should be left with some crop as well, so we should have some canola left over, hopefully a load of canola left over. Then we'll move into flax, and then that'll be pretty much all the harvesting done. There's not a wide selection of crops being grown by the local farmers. They're doing peas, lentils, flax, canola, barley. We haven't had any sunflower, potatoes and sugar beet. I put potatoes in myself. There you go, another stack of 24 there. So yeah, there's not a wide range of crops being produced, but in all honesty, I suppose most farm areas, when you think about it, a lot of farm areas, depending on the soils, will predominantly do certain crop types over others. That's, I suppose, generally how it works, unless you're feeling particularly adventurous. I have re-fertilised my grass field as well, and my 2 other fields that I grassed should start growing in the next cycle round as well. So if I decide I'm going to do another cut of silage, we should get more bales and more product next time as well. That's the plan. I haven't actually looked to see what we're currently sitting on. There we go. Solid fertiliser, 54,000 litres. Yeah, it is absolutely ploughing through this manure. It's no bad thing. Like I said, it's a good problem to have. So I'm just thinking what I'm going to do is wait for that to hit 60,000, then I'll fill both of these up and I'll take the fertiliser down, sell a load of 60. Because of the speed it's producing, it's going to get to 60 really quickly. I can keep some over as well. I haven't got to sell all of it because I'm going to need fertiliser at different times. That's why I said about buying a different fertiliser spreader. What else is it I need to do up here? I think I'm pretty much good up here. More straw. Oh yeah, off of field 7, I didn't mention, did I? We got 690 something thousand litres, I think it was, of straw, straw swath off of that. Was it 690 or 790? It was a lot more than I thought. I said, well, I'll probably get about 600,000 litres. I honestly thought as well, I was saying about the amount of hours I've put in on here so far. What are we on, episode 22? 22? I'm up to 146 hours. Pretty sure Western Wilds, I was at pretty much a 10 to 1, so I was doing 10 hours per episode, roughly. I think that's what it worked out at on the hourly rate. So this one's a little bit lower. I honestly thought it was going to be a lot higher. Because of all the rock picking I've done off camera, the mowing and baling I've done off camera, the straw work, yeah, I thought it'd be a lot higher than that. But anyway, that's what it's saying, 146 hours, still a fair amount. And when you think as well, this pickup, I'm sitting on 34 hours. My tractor, we just went past the Magnum, that's fairly new. That's rolled over past 24 hours. That's more than a whole day of just driving that, whether it be harvesting work, whether it's fertilising work, whatever I've been using it for. Over 24. That's quite scary when you look at it like that, isn't it? A full day just driving that. Anyway, I'll see you in September. It's just gone midnight. We're into September 1. I'm at my facility. As you've seen, I've sold some more fertiliser. Money's going up. Best call ever. Thank you, Michael. It was Michael. Best call ever. I've got some more, obviously, that needs to be sold. I've got some more manure being produced. I've got straw I'm putting in. So, yeah, the whole process is going. Here's where I have a decision to make. As it stands at the moment, farmers are putting wheat in the ground. I think we've got a barley one there as well. But growth, all my flax fields, they weren't showing as being... I thought we had another... not month, but... well, I thought we had longer. Anyway, all the canola fields and the flax fields are all good to go, including my own. So we are good to go. But I haven't got any contracts come up yet for harvesting. As you can see, still on ploughing. Our sheep have reproduced. We have doubled our flock, so absolutely good to go there, but they need some topping up. We need to feed them, which is fine. So I'm just thinking, by the morning, I'll have a load more fertiliser that I can sell. So, with the money I've got in the bank, do I, as I said, I was going to buy another flax field, and then said I'll pick up the canola harvests, because then if I've got canola in storage as well, I'll have pretty much everything, as well as... Oh, that's interesting. Growth. Yep. My potatoes are ready to harvest as well, so I've got a load to do before they wither. I've got to get it all done. So do I buy a canola field, a big one, or another flax field? At the end of the day, as we go into the next harvest, I'm going to have to re-prep them all, replant them, and put other crops in. I'm thinking I might do a massive sugar beet harvest and do some sugar. I did think about doing that. I did say about maybe doing cotton as well, maybe. So what do? That one there will set me back 579, so I've got enough. That one will set me back 426, which isn't too bad actually. I've got flax, so I can do some flax of my own. That will all be mine. I own those fields. We're going to do the swathing. Can I swath canola? Or is it just crops that... That's a very good point. I don't know. As soon as this is right by the farm, I reckon, let's buy field 32. I've lost it. I haven't, because by the morning, like I say, I'll have a load more fertiliser by the morning. Hopefully some of those harvests will come up from the canola. Words MissyB. Canola. Is it worth me buying the swather now? No, I'll wait till the morning when I know what money I've got. And I said about getting any fertiliser spread as well. So I think I might buy the swather. It looks like my grass field is growing, as will the other one be over there. That's all good. So yeah, I'll see you later on in the morning when the sun's come up a little bit. I've got more of this to sort out, but I can do that in the morning. I'm just going to top the water up, and we'll... Yeah, I mean, if I don't get any harvest contracts up on canola, I've got potatoes to do. I've got my own flax, got my own canola now, so I've got plenty to be getting on with. The question is, do I buy another harvester? And then I can start hiring workers and stuff as well, and I can start multitasking a bit. Maybe it's 6:42. Contracts, I've got one on field 6, the big field that I was going to buy for flax. Now I can't swath that because that's a contract, so that would just be standard flax harvest. We'll take it. And then field 13 is a canola one. They're the only two harvest contracts that have come up. But then obviously I've got my fields that need doing. But what I'm going to be doing, swathing on the flax, I'm going to be doing that probably the next episode. This episode, I'm sorting out my potatoes. Small fields, big machinery, I think we're going to go with. What I'm going to do though is sell my bits from here. As you can see, I have sold the... if we jump into here, it'll put me into the right mode pretty much straight away. If you see our fertiliser production, it's chugging away again. I have managed to keep up with it now, which is cool. But I sold this morning 123,000 litres of solid fertiliser. That's why the money's gone right back up again. We were on 620, weren't we? We bought that field 31, and then we're back up to 500,000 again. So absolutely spot on. Our manure production is chugging away now, and our straw accessories, actually we're nearly at a point where we're going to get another couple, to be fair. But what we'll do is deliver these. I'm going to go to the store. We're going to lease some potato harvesting gear. I was going to go with just sort of standard trail behind potato harvester. I thought actually no, because I'm really keen to get onto... I want to get those harvest contracts done, and then I want to get on to doing the swathing and stuff. I want to give that a go. I've been so desperate. Bearing in mind we're what, episode 22 now. That was the thing straight away. It's like, oh wow, you can swath on this map. you know, that was one of the big features, and I haven't even got to it yet. First time harvesting rounds, I didn't own a field that had flax in, and you can't do the swathing for contract work. And then it's taken me round to this year's harvest to have a field of my own that's got flax in that I can actually do it with. So we are going to get to it. But I want to get those potatoes out of the ground first, get some canola done, and then I think I'm going to be in a really good position straw-wise. The other thing as well, but that flax thing, I think I might do it with the flax harvest contract that I've got. We're doing alright on this. We've more than covered the cost of all of our buildings. Yeah, it's all going really, really well. It's taken a year, and we started in August last year, didn't we? So it's taken us an entire year to get to this point. It's taken a lot of work with the mulching / weeding, the rock picking, the straw collecting off harvests, the harvesting itself. You know, at the end of the day, yes, whilst I was collecting the straw off the fields after I was doing the harvest, I had to do the harvest contract as well. It wasn't, you know, just a case of, I'll just go out and pick up straw. It's taken a bit of time. So what we'll do is, actually I'm going to need the trailers, aren't I? Oh, did I put manure in one? Oh no, not yet. It's alright. Let's go to the store. Let's pick up the equipment we're going to use. Like I said, we're going to go a bit bonkers just for speed, for getting it done, and because I want to use these bits of equipment. That's why I'm thinking next whiz round I might do a field and because I know I can make enough money now. I can start plucking up some big fields and stuff. Sugar beet, and then I can do a big old sugar beet harvest as well, and then we can get some sugar underway, and you know, everything opens up at this point. This is the, you know, this is the point where you start thinking more in terms of, okay, now what can I do? Not a case of what can I afford to do, what bits of equipment can I afford to get, what am I going to chug away doing. It's now at that point of, actually, you know what, let's start really pushing things out. So the fertilizer spreader was the one that was, you know, part of the thing. Or this is what we had in it, so I've unloaded it. We'll sort that out. But I think, we're going to go, okay, that's what's available under used vehicles today. We are going to go with, oh hang on, oh no, it's under, what's under? Beet technology. The root harvester, because that does potatoes as well. We're going to lease one of these. The Colossus, like I say, small fields, big machinery. Do I need 1,100 horsepower, 1,500? No, let's stick with 8. I think 800 horsepower is going to be fine. I'm going to fiddle around, do some configuration on this. We're going to get ourselves a potato header. The potato header will be under Beet Technologies, under Beet Technology. Potato Technology. There we go. Yeah, the unrealistic one goes at 46 miles an hour if you want to. I'm good at 10 because at the end of the day, like I said, they're small fields. If I was doing a massive harvest and I wanted to get it done really quickly, then absolutely, why wouldn't you go for something like that? But we'll grab one of the headers. Do I go for normal Harvest Moon Silver? Oh, I like that. That's nice. Should we go for that? Yeah, let's go for Harvest Moon Silver. Let's lease that. And also now I'm at a point where I can hire workers. I'm thinking about, when I'm borrowing or leasing bits of equipment, I'm not now thinking, oh, can I afford that? That's quite expensive to lease, because I know I can make some money now. Yeah, let's go with that. Why not? Design colour, what does that change? Oh, okay. That's a bit different. Oh, blimey. So the rims as well? No, I'll leave the rims as they were, I think. Let's get these potatoes done. This is cool. There's a reason why they have headers, header trailers for these headers, especially these bigger ones. If I fold the header up now, let's go into caplet. Yeah. It's fairly early in the morning. We should be alright. So what I can do is turn that. It's standard capacity. I haven't gone, so I haven't gone ultra speedy. I haven't gone ridiculous capacity or anything like that. It's standard. I say we haven't got a lot to do, but I just want to get it done. So this is oh dear. What was I thinking? I can't help just looking at it. Right, let's unfold it. Work on the road. Let's go. And like I say, you don't need a lot of, because like I say, this is going to be hopefully for pig food. We don't need a huge amount of it. We didn't need to do massive fields. I'm now thinking once this is done, do I then repurpose these back to grass? Do I pick something else to put on them? Do I put potatoes back in them and have these as my ongoing potato fields maybe? Could do, I suppose. Telegraph bottle. Line of fencing. Happy days. Happy days. Why not? I've got the money to do it. It's a nice feeling. I will have to check my inventory, but I think once we've done canola harvesting, like I say, I think we've got enough of each food like type, with barley, wheat, oats. We've got corn, potatoes, so we should be able to do pig food. Whether I, like I say, I might set up a facility to make it, or just feed them the materials. I think I might just go down feeding them the actual what I've got. Go a bit old school on it. You remember back in the day when that's all you did? You grew the crops to feed your pigs, and it all went all fancy. I was thinking we would fill this up on this first field, but I don't think we're going to actually. Was I saying that? I'm saying earlier on about the flax field, the contract one we've got. I'm going to leave Swather behind because what I want to check as a test is whether or not I can put flax straw into my production for making manure. So if I test that on the contract field I've got, then actually I should really test it. I could do. Going to test it on theirs. That way, if I can't use it, I might as well not. I suppose I could bale it and sell it. I'm just thinking. Does flax straw sell for more? Let's have a double check on that. So I'm just thinking ahead. I'm just thinking of various different things we can do. Because regular straw, of which we have loads combined, yeah, 31, 32, 33. But flax straw, yeah, it's double the price. 50. I mean, still, it's not mega money, but it's worth more. I'm pretty sure because it's specific to this map, I wouldn't have thought that my facility will take it, but it doesn't have to check, does it? We got a full load. I said about a Swather. I'm also thinking, because I was straight away thinking about this, sorting these fields out, mulching and then moving forward. I thought what I might do as well, though it's quite a bit more expensive, although again I can afford to now probably, is buy the bigger mulcher, that multi-roller mulcher I've got, the field roller mulcher, grass roller. Get the bigger one, the mega roll, because when I finish my big fields it's going to take ages with that smaller one. So I might switch out and get the bigger one. I don't think we'll fill this a second time. Might fill our trailers though. And to be fair, for two small fields, if I end up with 60,000 litres of potatoes, that's absolutely brilliant. Let's get that out of the way. Just thinking now, how much was it? 140 grand. Sell the other one back. That's probably a very wise investment actually. I'll have it on. I need to switch it to each of them at some point, but can leave it standard. What did I do with the other one? Main colour. I think I did galvanised, didn't I? Yeah, I like that. And then rollers. Oh. Why don't I think the rollers would change colour, don't they? Rim colour. Yeah, let's go with that. Tone more than that. Let's buy it. That is going to make life a lot easier. Right, turn that on. Carry on. We are all done. I think I'm going to have about 2,000 litres more, well not even 2,000 litres, than I can fit into the trailer. What have we got on there? 1,742 litres. Right, I'm going to drive that along to the end. I'm going to come back for it, I'm not going to waste it. I suppose I could. Does Grain West take it? I'm going to take 60,000 litres. Let's check on prices, shall we? Potatoes. If Grain West takes it, I might as well sell it. I haven't got to come all the way back again. All the way back. Such an effort. Yeah, it does. Assuming, of course, I can get in here with it. Might not be able to actually. No, it has to be done by trailer. I'll decide. I might come back for it. Turn the engine off. That was a good way of making quick work of a potato harvest. Pleased with that. So, next out, flax test. Let's see if we can... I've picked up the... or leased again the forage pickup header for the tractor. I'll drop this all off at the farm into my silo. I could put a root crop one in, but the multi-fruit silo will take it, so we might as well put it in there. And I'll come back down with the Magnum. I'll pick up the front forage bit and I'll pick up the mega roll. I'll need to sell the other one. Just thinking actually for small fields, should I keep the small one just in case? Or, I mean, to be fair, when I say small, it's relative, isn't it? No, I'll sell the other one. Might as well. So the canola harvest I've got is on this field here, field 13, just on the corner. that one to do. And then my big fields, will crack on with those. Potatoes are done. I just really, in my head, I had this thing kind of, probably why I decided to go for the Colossus, because it was like, oh, I've got to get the potato harvesting done, it's going to take ages. Because in my head I'd already decided, oh, I'm going to use a trailed one, it's only got like a 1.8 metre header and it will take a while, but actually, you know what, 60,000 litres, that should last pigs a bit of time. I'm thinking now as well, as we're driving past, I might put an offering on the farm next door, you know. Once we've done our harvesting, we'll have another 24 hours of our fertiliser production and our straw products. We've got 2 large buildings, but plus our one over here, plus a silo and a farmhouse, which means I won't have to worry about building a new farmhouse as we move into the winter, which is what I said I was going to do, because it was a little bit nippy in our converted silo. So we could do, actually, how much is that? Let's double check that. I know I keep coming back in and out of the menu, but like I said, thought process, that's how I work. 517. Okay, so yeah, a bit of harvesting work, a bit more fertiliser work, we'll have enough to buy that. So I think we'll do that. We'll buy that as an extra farm. So an extra farm, that'll become the main farm, I guess, and then we'll have more space to store all our vehicles and machinery. Grass field will be between the two. Still got my silo over here, but I've got another one over there, so I can spread all my crops between everything. That'll work. That will work. Let's get potatoes in. So down to field 6. I think that's where the contract is, isn't it? That one there. Yep. Quickly. I'll take both the trailers anyway, because I don't know how much we're likely to get off of that. So what I'll do when I first start off, I can unload the harvester into one of them, and I'll test the flax straw with the other one. If it won't work, I'll just sell what I've got, and at least I'll know then. I mean, I can bale it as well. I can bale the flax straw, but then what would I use it for other than selling? I can use flax straw. See, all these things, so many options and so many things that change when things get changed on maps. Can we use flax straw? Well, that's cows. It's not showing. For bedding. I don't know. It'll only be the pigs and the cows if you can. So if I can use flax straw for bedding, then I can use all the other straw I've got. I won't have to keep any by for bedding for cows or pigs. Get the tractor down as well, pick up those bits, and let's go over to field 6 and do this little test, shall we? 7:32. I have arrived and I have assembled the requisite equipment. I've just suddenly realised I should have left that down at the store because I needed to mulch the 2 potato fields and I brought it up here with me. Never mind, I can always go back. So what we will do, harvester. I'm sure there are people already shouting at the screens because they know the answers to the questions I've been asking, but I don't know. I mean, I say I don't know. I'm almost certain that the processing won't take flax straw, but it certainly doesn't hurt to try. Because if it does, brilliant. So we're getting the swath left, which is great. The big difference between this, well, I mean, yeah, we'll do the swath in on the next episode. The crop swathing, that's leaving a straw swath, but when we do crop swathing, yeah, like I say, I don't want to go into it all now, we'll do it when we do the episode. I'll do this little island first and then we'll move along and we'll do the rest of it. This isn't as crucial, you know, doing harvest contracts, as I've generally said before. If you are feeding animals, doing harvest contracts is brilliant, because if you do have crop left over, you're getting free crop, free feed for whatever you're doing, or if you're running a process and doing something, it works great. You don't always get a huge amount. I generally find the bigger the field, the bigger the contract, the more you have left over, because it's normally a percentage of, you know, the harvest, and there has to be a bit of a buffer to allow for yield differences and things like that. But it's not as crucial with this flax because we've got our own flax field, and it'll be the same with the canola. In my head I was thinking I'll do all the canola contracts I can get my hands on, and then we'll have a load of canola left over, but since I've bought a canola field now, that's not as relevant. Yield's not massive, but this isn't my field, but then I'm assuming mine will yield similarly because I bought the field, I didn't plant it, so I haven't done all the jobs that were required on it. Well, that's the point actually. What was expensive when I bought, oh, we noticed as well the moment's up in the corner, I sold the other roller, the smaller roll. Before I forget, what we need to do as well is field 31, we need to purchase soil information. This is going to be, I reckon, 30 grand. If I purchase it, 30,275. Again, what's it worth to you to not have to do the job yourself? Number of samples 173, and then the service provider cost. So if I did it myself, I'd have to use the little soil sampler 173 times around the field, and I would save myself on the service provider costs. But in all honesty, you know what? Let's do it. I've got my soil information now, so moving forward I'll be good as gold in there. In all honesty, I don't have to wait for a full load on here before I can test the straw situation. I can whiz out and do that now. And then I can crack on with getting this harvest contract done off camera. So I think that's what I'll end with then. I'll test the straw thing. So all our productions are working great. Fertiliser producing great. We're selling that. We're selling our straw products, which is fantastic. Our silage production is still, actually I haven't checked that. Silage production up at the farm. Where are we? Here. We want. Where are we? Straw silage. We go across. 173,000 litres produced. We've still got 902,000 litres. What I was doing when I was doing the straw collection before, I kept topping that up, so that stayed at 1 million litres for quite a while. That's why the silage is more than the straw. The difference between the two is what I mean. So it's still chugging away, still producing silage. That's good. I'll get to the edge of here, and then we'll whiz around and pick up some straw. It doesn't have to be a lot. A couple of thousand litres will be enough. You know what I'm like. I won't be able to help myself. I'll go all the way around. So let's put it there, close that. Let's run around. So switch to the front, turn that on. I'm assuming, of course, this will pick this up. Will it recognise it? Oh, that's right. We're good. Hoped it would, but you're never sure, are you? You know what they say about assumptions? Various different things actually, but I told you I'd end up going all the way around. I might actually even fill the trailer up. We'll get pretty close anyway. Yep, pretty close. So let's drop that off. There. Let's whiz over and try it. The other thing no, it's gone blank. I will need to do at some point is repair on this. It's not horrendous at the moment, but I'm dreading it. I've always found with the bigger tractors, they're wonderful to have and own and high horsepower and all, yeah, lovely. But then when you get to repairing, oh, it's big money normally. 20 grand, 30 grand type money. I suppose it depends how long you leave it between repair, but I'm driving along now thinking I don't even know why I'm trying this. I'm just looking at the... Unless it just registers as straw, but I'm pretty sure it's a separate thing as flax straw. It's got a different symbol. It's just whether or not, like I say, whether or not the production just reads it as straw and takes it. I suppose I think I would need to do would be to place an animal pen and check. So that'd be a test, but I'd have to buy the animal pen to check it. Isn't it really? That way. No. I haven't got the unload trigger come up. It was worth a check. I'll try this as well. The same thing. It won't, but it doesn't hurt to check. No. Okay. I'll probably sell this at the livestock market. Is it the livestock market that takes it? I didn't really pay attention, should have done. I just looked at the prices, not where it went. Flax straw. Larry's bale shipping, livestock bale auction, sell everything, and the spinnery. Oh yeah, of course, because you can... Maybe I should buy the spinnery. You know what? I wasn't intending doing that, but... Is it worth buying the spinnery? It's not going to be mega expensive, is it? I'll see up there in a minute. Let's buy the spinnery. Let's do this. It also means if when I start taking my wool and my cotton up there as well, so when I start taking it up, I've just been selling it, but we might as well get some other stuff on the go. Yeah, let's do it. Another stack of bales over there. They are dotted around all over the place. I say all over the place, 5 stacks of 24. Right, we want to be... Is it the front here? 60 grand. Oh, fabric flax straw. Oh yes, it's worth doing then. Let's crack on. Flax straw it is. There was me thinking... A byproduct we can't use? Absolutely we can. We'll have loads of it. Might have to store it, depends how much this will hold. Yeah, not a huge amount. Oh, I know cotton that we put in here is still sitting here. I thought I put more wool in than that. Oh, we can have more running. Get in. Right, so let's get some fabric going as well. This has been a day of days. Glorious. Well, on that surprise, I wasn't anticipating doing that in the slightest. That's it for this episode. We've got loads more to do now. We've opened up a whole new can of worms. Lots of worms. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.